Good afternoon, Coach Jack Daniels at the Boxers Trainers Channel. And do this, man. Today we have a unique subject to have a conversation about. You know what I mean? It's normally about this boxer, Shakur Stevenson, Javante Davis, Errol Spence Jr., Torrance Bud Crawford, Saul Canelo. You name the list goes on. But where do all these great boxers come from? Do we have any idea of where they begin their career in the sport of boxing? Right now, that this kind of question is very seldomly broached in the sense that nobody seems to care about where the boxers come from. Right, as long as they can perform, get in the ring, and whoop on somebody's head. Right, that's all that really matters. Right, because we came to see somebody get clobbered. That, that's excuse me. That's what we do, right? We pay high dollars to see people get their, excuse my French, ass whooped. At the end of the day, that's what we pay for, right? But I chose today to have a conversation about the beginning, the starting of greatness, right? How did it originate, right? Who is behind the greatness that ends up in the ring being a superstar boxer? To elevate yourself psychologically and physically to become a superstar boxer is a challenge in and of itself. But let's take a trip backwards from the beginning and see if we can come up with a logical explanation for where these dudes come from. In this case, we have a dynamic approach to the future of boxing when it comes to the possibility that this particular individual that we have a conversation about today should be considered as hell bent on becoming a superstar boxer. That is none other than Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s grandson, right? Ken Kendrell DeSean Gaulden Jr., better known as KJ. That is Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s grandson's name, right? And this little cat, man, you can if you go back and look at the tapes on Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his grandson Kendrell, right? Keep short. Let's do the short version. KJ, right? If you go back and look at the tapes on Floyd Mayweather Jr. and KJ in the gym, right? Or otherwise, just you know what I mean, Floyd Mayweather Jr. walking or talking, traveling, or whatever with his grandson, uh, KJ, right? I can see that this kid, given the right set of circumstances, and let me say this here: any kid, any baby, right, that is in a psychological position, meaning that he is in a position where he is not engaging with all the negativities that goes on in the world, could be anything that he wants to be. Now, that theory was originated from a scientific study, right? The author of the study, I don't have his name at the moment, but I do remember having a conversation with this particular scientific study, and it entailed that if a person took the time to train his child to be whatever he wanted him to be, he can so be that. Be it a doctor, a lawyer, the president of the United States, whatever the case may be. But we have to understand that the nurturing of that child comes from the adult, right? You and me. So let's look at Floyd Mayweather Jr. and KJ, right? Although that's Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s grandchild, he spends a lot of time with his grandson. And apparently they have a relationship with the mother. I'm talking about in terms of Floyd Mayweather Jr. having access to the child, right, and the father, right? And so that's a wonderful thing. You have three adults, right, a part of the family structure, right, that's promoting this child to be great. And look who the author of the greatness is, Floyd Mayweather Jr., none other, right? So I'm saying to you that this child, this baby, right, has more chance than not to become a superstar boxer just like his grandfather, right? And I took the liberty of pulling up some tapes on KJ, right, and Floyd. And for me to view what I view and saw Floyd Mayweather Jr. and KJ working out on the big bag, right? And the moves, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what can you? I mean, the kid is only 4 years old, right? I mean, you can't expect for him to get in there and go just throwing combinations and bobbing and weaving. But if you know anything about boxing, right, and I can tell by looking at KJ that he's been watching Floyd, right? Floyd will get it in the gym and get at the big bag and throw a combination until KJ throw a combination, do it, right? And KJ would, you know what I mean? You can actually see glimpses of Floyd in KJ. You know what I mean? I mean it literally. You can actually at this juncture see tidbits of Floyd in KJ. Man, look, I mean, for me, it's a wonderful thing to have experience, right? Because I know, no, I'm going to say this. I believe, given the greatness of the creator, right? If the creator deems it appropriate for this child to become a superstar boxer, he will inevitably become a superstar boxer. That is the only thing that will stop KJ from being a superstar boxer is the creator. And in that he might have other plans. But who's to say that it isn't written by the creator for KJ to be a superstar boxer? I mean, look, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that certain kids are put here for a specific reason. Any human being, whether be it a kid or otherwise, right? Put it for a certain reason, right? Now, 9 times out of 10, that child or that person gets distracted or detoured from his mission, right? But when you have, if you in an environment, right, that dictates which direction that person or that child goes in, that's the direction that he's going in. Again, it is all on the adult to dictate and to determine what's in the best interest of that child. See, Floyd Mayweather Jr. hadn't said this oftentimes that he believes in generational wealth. We all should believe in generational wealth. I believe in generational wealth. I'm having a situation right now within my family, right, when it comes to generational wealth, right? And certain things have to be reconsidered because um the individual who is to receive my generational wealth is a little bit in question, right? So we have to make sure, as is the case with Floyd, when it comes to KJ, that he gets all the benefits necessary to be successful, to pass the torch on to the next generation. That's what this is about, right? Floyd Mayweather Jr. said the same thing. It's about generational wealth. I say it's about generational wealth. Anyway, back to the boxer. This kid, to me, displayed a real sense of urgency when it comes to mimicking his granddad. Oh man, I mean, for a person that knows boxing as I do, right, to see KJ punching at that bag, right, with a sense of urgency at 4 years old. I mean, could you imagine how gifted he would become if he took that sense of urgency as he goes to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up into um, um, not I want to say pre-adult stages, and he continues to follow the directions of his granddad. Oh, come on, man! It's a beautiful thing. Not just in the sense that it's boxing. It's a beautiful thing to see um, the, the parents take their child to where he needs to go, right? Keeping him away from all the negativity, the nonsense, and the garbage, right? And I'm quite sure, because I mean, if you notice, Floyd isn't in the light anymore. He is kind of like, you know what I'm saying, took a few steps backwards when it comes to boxing, right? And I can understand that. You know what I mean? If in the event that you are trying to create generational wealth, right? And that is the reason for why you chose to back up, and do things consistent with generation. Well, hey, I applaud you, brother. You know what I'm saying? That is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? And I said that to say that I think that we as a people, especially us as a people, you understand what I'm saying, should be more involved in our children. You know what I'm saying? I want to reflect on um, a saying that Bill Haney always said: "Seek your children, not." Uh, I'm not sure how that sentence goes, but it's in the sense that um, pay attention to your kids, right, and make sure they have every opportunity to excel. You know what I mean? And actually, uh, Bill proved that with his son Devin. He elevated. He put his son in a position where he can elevate to a degree whereas he's successful. That is the ultimate goal of a parent, right? And I applaud Floyd Mayweather Jr. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Okay, so that being said, man, uh, and I want to say this for a cut. You know what I mean? I've been, and I do this often, but I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop that because it's not the attitude of a person that seeks success. Even at my age, I still seek success. There is things that I still need to do in this world before the Creator calls me home. So that being said, hit the subscription button, hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, and give me your opinion on whether you think Floyd Mayweather Jr. and KJ are doing the right thing. That being said, I got to go. Later.